in a mirror universe to this one. Everything from that universe is upside down and backwards to this one.
The Stranger Things. Think about that show, The Stranger Things. If anybody got kids that watch The Stranger Things, they talk about the upside down. That's what they was talking about. Okay, come on.
Yeah. So when he opened the portal, his wife can't sit on the sacerdotal seat because the appearance of a phallus.
Yes.
Right? And because of the masculine expression, even though it had two X chromosomes, which gave it mitochondrial rights, it had something that resembled a male genitalia, which prohibited it from sitting on Big Mama's seat. In other words, Big Mama said, that bitch can't sit on my seat, her ass nasty. So the measure that they used to control us was put the bitch from the mirrorverse in charge as the divine mother. And every chance you get, you have to disgrace Kali Ma. You have to disgrace Inanna. You have to disgrace the priestess of the Delphi. You have to disgrace the divine Isis. You have to disgrace all of the feminine orders. So with that, the ruling order is the one from the mirrorverse. That's why Holly Weird is upside backwards. Half the people we think men is women, and half people we think women is men. And they each other. And the term they use is, she my lipstick and he my mustache. They don't recognize gender because they come from a alternate reality of this. If you ever watch the show Sliders, that'll tell you how they got here. But they can control it better than the characters in Sliders. They can dial it up like your address on GPS and open it up and you can walk right through. That's how you can get from Arizona to the Egyptian pyramids in Cairo. The same way you can get to the Himalayas, the same way you can get to Australia, New Zealand. It's several of them up the Amazon, along the Amazon River. Most of them are covered up with trees down there now.
Marak. If you don't like what the fuck you hear, then you can get out. Because I don't know who you think you talking to, who you think you working with. I don't know what women you think you used to working with. But baby, I'm a bona fide assassin, and I will get you in your sleep, and you will not wake up. You better go ask your friends about me, because you ain't.
I advise you to find something safe to do, because you better go find something safe
to do. And I'm not playing. Okay, now go on. Because I'm not your mama, your girlfriend, or your cousin, or your auntie. And I give full closure. And if you don't like it, you may want to roll out if you want to live. Because I will eviscerate your whole family. You won't have no bloodline. You'll never be on this planet ever again.
These people was called archons.
Little weak ass nigga.
The archons have a replica under the Vatican of the Upper Vatican with the seat that the lizard bitch sitting in. I call her the lizard bitch, just like I call Queen the lizard bitch. Because she looked like a lizard. I mean, she don't look like us.
Not from this planet. She was not from this planet. She's not from this planet.
Right. Yeah. So there's like in Doctor Strange, you walk through into the mirrorverse, you can trap the magic inside the mirrorverse. Right? So his wife was given 6,000 years to rule. That's what they say, the devil had 6,000 years to rule. But they didn't tell you where the devil was at. They didn't tell you the devil was living under the sacerdotal seat on a cross-dresser seat, because she can't sit on Big Mama's seat. So symbolically, they put the Pope's seat under Big Mama's seat, and the lizard bitch is giving the Pope the instruction, all three of them, the black one, the white one, and the gray one. And this is why they called the rulers of the society archons.
Yeah, they took his shadow because he called her the lizard. Region 2020. That's my little nephew. Nephew, they took your shadow from you. You know what's look, but listen, it's funny you said that they did it in 2020 because another little alien, matter of fact, the little aliens who be running Facebook and Instagram just said they made me do this and it was because of the government and I gotta stop doing it. But see, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. This why they having to tell the truth. Again, I'm gonna do reality with astrology because it's all to me one. They're in their Pluto return, right? And so Pluto is the planet of rebirth, right? It rules Scorpio. Everybody know about Scorpio. It's two sides. You got the light and the dark, right? And it's the sign of the Phoenix. Scorpio actually before it moved to Scorpio was the Phoenix. Just FYI, in case folks didn't know that. But anyway, what they was doing is they were at the end of their Saturn instead of moving to their Pluto return, which hence, do you not know that during the Pluto return we had the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution? This is the season of revolutions, right? So this is why these people are quite nervous because it's not going to be a season where everybody's going to be sitting like, okay, they don't want us to do it. That's why, like, towards the end, whether you think it was real or not, that whole thing was Luigi and the whole United Healthcare stuff. This is the time where people are going to rise up and separate themselves or want their freedom or want stuff away. And also the way that America, the United States in particular, is not for everybody, but America founded their country during the Pluto Aquarius, which you call your Pluto return. It's going to be a lot of internal divisions, like not only politically, but everything else. So
Listen,
that's what, they
said
have
that
going on.
because today Trump was ordered.
Anyway, and it was just the worst thing that could happen. People over here crying on social media.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna call it the worst thing that could have happened.
It was one of the worst for me.
It was the worst thing that could have happened that the civil rights movement was successful. Because it had to be successful for one thing. We had, if nothing else don't come out of it, we had to figure out how to kill racism. How you kill racism? Eliminate racism.
That's it.
And what's the name of America? The Great Melting Pot, right?
That's what they say.
Right? The land of milk and honey? God's crucible? What you do with a crucible?
Land of milk and honey. This really is a beautiful.
Okay, so God's crucible. What happens in the crucible? You know what a crucible for, right? Right? So these are the terms that they telling you. Then they write books saying the secret destiny of America. Right? Masonic material. This is not commoner material. Just normally the brothers in the brotherhood read this type of stuff, so they don't have to sit in the lodge and be bored to death. Trying to do all of them standing on the square brother to the east, bow your head to the grand hierophant potentate and all that. They don't want to go through all that. Right? So they got to go and resign themselves to be a self-raised master. Using your past lives as your tools. You didn't went through the rites of passage enough, you automatically know what to do. Right? So they writing all this material. God's crucible is the nickname where one drop of blood makes you one of us. What everybody say they is, they Cherokee. I don't give a fuck what they look like. They all Cherokee. Tell me another.
I don't even want to claim them. I don't even claim out them. It's like some of your
listen, it's for a reason though. It's for a reason though, because you know that Cherokee wasn't the name of the tribes.
Right, correct. Yeah.
Cherokee was an umbrella.
Yeah.
The umbrella was to catch all of the ones who come in as orphans. You don't remember sending your orphans, your downtrodden, your help. How do you help people that's effed up already when they get here from the same people that's invading us?
Right.
Brought them over as slaves.
That's why they were so mean and so harsh.
Right. So when the war break out, they capturing us and we capturing them. And this is why they tried to hide what's called the black slave trade in America. Right? We don't want to talk about that. Niggas owning slaves.
Come on now. And this is another thing. I challenge anybody. If anybody has pictures, see, this is why pictures is important. If anybody had any pictures of their great grandparents, or anybody even to the late 1800s or so, I can almost guarantee you when you see your great grandparents, because I got pictures of my great. I got some back. How somebody gonna be slaves, and they sitting in all these nice suits and have all these houses and have more things than we have. So my grandma and great grandparents and them had owned 9 plots of lands and sharecroppers, everything. So this lets you know that shit is a lie. It's not real.
Remember things I told you? Remember I said that they found out what we like and monetized it. They dressed one way, we dressed another way. The New Orleans culture adopted a lot from Spain and France when they came, but most of the culture in New Orleans, about 95% of it is New Orleans.
It is.
They always, New Orleans, the Big Easy, was always the capital of the land as far as what we call street life, nightlife, party life.
They will.
Right?
If you watch a show called Wicked City, they will show you that.
Yep.
Go, you got all that. Watch something called Wicked City. It's gonna break down some codes for you.
Okay. So in New Orleans, you go party in New Orleans and hang out with the people. The big mamas is watching you. And then when your temperament is seen from how you act, they go, well, old lady gonna tell you, you know, baby, with the way you is, you need to be in Boston. Right? She gonna go. The same lady might tell a different dude, baby, the way you act like you belong out in Los Angeles. They checking your temperament and your temperature to make sure that when they send you somewhere, you can adjust to the local community and not upset it or get all the way up. When they started imposing themselves on us, that's why they needed a police force. They started following the laws of the culture of the people. They imposing themselves on the land.
Prisoners of war. They just called enslaved. They was prisoners of war, baby.
Yep, on both sides. Yeah. Look, it's a book called Moors and Freemasonry.
Yes.
If you go to that book, it's going to tell you that they was ransoming back captives. But you don't know that until you see the Masonic symbols on the shackles that they don't tell you is on there. Right? So inside the lodges, you had the War of the Roses, right, taking place in the Wild Wild West, which really wasn't even in the West.
Right.
You had your Hatfield and McCoys. Now go look where the West was when the Hatfields and McCoys is from.
Yeah, right.
Then why is the hell is we in California? Somebody didn't overstep their boundaries. They didn't cross the people on the land.
They got out of their territory. Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened. Because we knew what to do and where to go.
So, and everything is done on a stellar clock. Charles Mosely Bay, Clock of Destiny. Or is that Pleasant Bay? I keep forgetting. I be getting these authors mixed up. I done read so many books. But you got the Morse Order of the Round Table got good materials that help you see the conflict between the adepts. This is a wizard war. When they say that adepts is at war, it's a wizard war. It's not no war.
I'm gonna give you the name of this book. It was called Masonic Astronomy and the Royal Arch Heaven. Masonic Astronomy and the Royal Arch Heaven. That book got, if you ain't read that, go get that. It really breaks down not only about all the planetaries, but it breaks down a lot of codes of what happened and what he kind of talking about, but how they switched and flipped the times and the weather and how they did, to me, what I call the weather spell. I know part of it, was because of the war, but it was a lot of stuff that they did that they worked on with it too. But it's called Masonic Astronomy and the Royal Arch of the Heavens.
And this is where you get your George Washington challenge from.
Yeah, remember? And well as fake ass Benjamin Banneker, which a lot of people don't know that really wasn't his name because he was a dirty ass Moor. He the one who created the clock to put the time spell on us. A lot of people don't know this.
He designed the layout of DC, and he was the translator on the Lewis and Clark expedition.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
He was surveying the land under Lewis and Clark to declare our castles empty because we was all fighting in the Gullah Wars.
Exactly.
And the chiefs of the land don't send the soldiers to war without being in the front. Whereas the ones that came over here send the soldiers to war and they stand in the back. And that's how they was able to figure out how we was moving. They taught us runaway slaves in the Seminole nations, but we wasn't runaway slaves. We was others that the Gullah Geechee Big Mama called the war, all hands on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Tribes came from everywhere. All you got to do is look at the diversified communities in Florida and the ones that stayed to themselves, like Little Haiti, Little Jamaica.
Well, you know what? Not just that. I tell you this. I challenge you this, especially living here, but just traveling the land. If you didn't think that this was Turtle Island, I challenge you to get in your car and just drive. You will pass. Why we pass over so many bridges, y'all? Why do we pass over so many bridges? Why are there? If you go, I challenge you to just do this when you get off the live. Google how many bodies of waters or lakes or rivers, because you know they changed the names to lakes and rivers, are in. Do you know that, like in Florida, I think there's over 7,500 that they at least said it. Islands, they'll tell you the name is islands. They'll give you that much. Do you know, even going over into the whole New York, New Jersey area? And do you know Alaska? Let's talk about Alaska. Do you know Alaska has over 12,000 islands? But I thought it was just ice. So if we have all these islands, this lets you know that this land is
look off the coast of Carolina. Look off the coast to the Carolinas. All that's Gullah Geechee territory.
Yes, and look at how big those mountains, I'm telling you. And we had different pyramids, I'm telling you, like when I travel and stuff, because it's different when you travel versus when you fly. We had some, which they called us the Mississippi mound builders, who may use like the dirt. When you go over there to Virginia, West Virginia, they were more on the stone. You had other people but it's like when you look at what they now call hills or mountains, which were really pyramids, you can see the steps, y'all. I'm telling you, you can see the steps of how big out in the beautiful architecture. And these people don't know. These people had to use some type of alien ass technology. I don't care what nobody says, because ain't no way they cut through no damn mountain like that. Ain't no way. They don't got no machine that's gonna cut through no pyramid
especially,
like that.
Especially back in the 1800s.
Thank you. There ain't no way. There were people in skin suits, and you can't convince me of nothing else.
But they didn't have to be alien, because when Atlantis was fully operational, we had miraculous technology.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we went down in technology.
All that stuff you see in science fiction is describing Atlantis.
Yeah.
It's really called the Atlant.
Yeah.
Tartaria is west of Rome.
Yep.
That don't have nothing to do with the ancient culture, more so than your Roman reference. Right? Then you got to know that the east of Rome was the Barbary. Right? That was where it would be the equivalent. So you had Tartaria and Barbary, Rome west, Rome east, the two birds facing each other. So Rome being the center, because all roads lead to Rome. And all of the roads is in the maze, but when you end up following the maze successfully, you end up at the sacerdotal seat of the Great Mother. The priestesses of Mami Wata.
Yeah.
Right? And the broken mirror spell was the broken mirror spell was what was used to break up that strong sisterhood connection. The broken mirror spell is a series of names on the mirror. You take it to the crossroads, you offer up an offering, and you break the mirror. That's why they say the mirror is 7 years bad luck, but it ain't bad luck.
Right.
It's conjure magic.
And see, somebody put Wade in the water. Thank you. Yes, Wade in the water, because that was dealing with, the sirens, mommy water, that part. Water, we all had to come in water. That's number 2. 3, water holds memory. 4, I'm telling you, so much. Like, if you really know about the whole code of water, mirrors are portals. That's why y'all don't never need no mirror in front of your bed, because you travel. But you can do mirror magic. Like, we do mirror magic now.
Yep. I don't have no problem with the mirrors. They don't cause me any issue.
Can we touch on the Prince of Persia topic? Somebody asked. Can we touch on Prince of Persia topic?
So Persia is what you call today Iran. That was also Western Egypt. What they call the Middle East is Egypt. And what they call Egypt is not the Middle East, it's Egypt. Or what we would call it, Kemet.
Yeah, it really is a phoenix. Yeah, it is.
Right? So the Prince of Persia was the heir apparent in the pantheon of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
The dread of the ruling sector
Mm-hmm.
feared that the Prince of Persia would rise to power.
Mm-hmm.
So they demonized it. The
Mm-hmm.
Prince of Persia would also be known as Heru.
Yeah.
Heru is the only hero
Mm-hmm.
in the hero's journey.
Mm-hmm.
You got thousands of heroes all in every culture, but they all the same one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like all of the X-Men is the same person, but they just showing you different aspects, right? Unified field theory perception. If you want to find your way to the throne and you the rightful heir, you have to find yourself on every path to greatness. Some of your paths is going to be laden with struggle. This is your Atlas holding the world on his shoulders. Because sometimes you feel like you literally holding the world on your shoulders, right? This is Hercules rolling the boulder up the hill.
Right.
Right? The struggle of life make you strong enough for what you desire the most. Your best life scenario. If you have an ambition that's high enough, your struggles early gonna be greater than most people could bear.
Yes.
Like the ability to psychically see stuff but can't tell nobody because they gonna think you crazy.
Ooh. Yeah.
Or the ability to see when people running their BS, right? And they don't know that they really not BSing you, that you only giving them what you was gonna give them anyway. Right? So you can't say certain stuff. You have to endure all of the entitled people that feel like because they related to you, you supposed to automatically do for them.
Not no more, baby. That seems in the book. Right. Not no more. We may used to.
But this is the training ground. You got to be trained for your destination. But life is going to train you.
You know what fear showed me? That I had to learn how to say no. Because in too many lifetimes I said yes, and I suffered greatly because I did not learn to say no. So in this lifetime, when I came back, it was a couple of stipulations. One, I could not be in war, and I could not do no